Who will watch my doggies while I'm in Palm Springs training a hot, horny client who wants my body? Do you think you can hold down the fort at Sky Sport and Spa while I'm in Palm Springs training a client? If you throw a party at my house while I'm out of town, you're out of here. Your ass is grass. Hi, welcome to Show Pony, a relentless look at the shows that shape us. I'm John Hill. I've reached episode 4 of the Bravo classic hit from 2006, Workout with Jackie Warner. My entire world has been taken over by Sky Sport and Spa. It's consumed me, and it now controls my life. This episode is very special, and I'm still recovering from what has transpired over the past week. I recently had to go to LA for an acting job. I was only there for 48 hours. I had one night to get a good night's sleep, to rest for the big job I was out there for. But the spirit of Jackie Warner and the soul of Sky Sport and Spa, well, let's just say they had other plans. I'm only in Los Angeles for 24 hours for a job, and I couldn't sleep. It was like a lesbian siren's song calling to me. It was the spirit of Jackie Warner begging me, pleading with me to come here. It's like a lesbian version of The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe. I just couldn't stop hearing the heartbeat of Sky Sport and Spa. I'm probably going to get in trouble for trespassing. So we're on the corner of Wilshire Boulevard and La Cienega. There it is, 8500 Wilshire Boulevard. I'm looking up. God, I would love to see this place in the daytime. So much history here. It really is a gorgeous building. It's a testament to the architecture of Los Angeles, which is in and of itself quite impressive. There it is, Sky Sport and Spa. This is where it all took place. This is where everything happened. All of it. Brian Peeler, Rebecca, Erica, even Zen, and Jackie herself. All the pounds that were shed. Clients would walk in here, they would go upstairs in the elevators, and then they would work out, they would sweat, and they would work out there, and there's a cop approaching. A cop just stopped me and interrogated me and said, "What are you doing here?" God, I should have left the camera running. I'm so fucking stupid. Standing here, I do feel like I understand Jackie a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna get shot. I came here for answers. And now I feel like all I have is questions. I came here to understand Jackie. I came here to walk where she walked. It was unsettling knowing how much history had taken place in that very building. I really need to sit with this. I need to find a lesbian who knows me. I need to find a lesbian who lives in LA, who can put this all into perspective. I need to find a lesbian who can help me process all that I'm feeling. I need Daryn Carp. Hi, Snoopy. Welcome back to Show Pony. Hi, Daryn Carp.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Thank you for seeing me on this early morning.
I love being your airport stop.
Yeah. Okay, so I told you I had a late night. I went to Sky Sport and Spa to just walk on the hallowed ground.
On the ground reporting, yeah.
A cop drove by, and I'm so stupid for cutting the camera, but I got scared that I was going to, but I should have left it on. If a cop pulls you over, leave the camera on.
Leave the camera on.
So dumb.
100%.
But I cut it right
Also,
when
don't talk to cops. Number one rule. Sorry, I'm in true crime.
But
Never
I was like,
talk to cops.
there was nobody around. It was 3:30 in the morning.
That's probably why they were like, who's this suspicious?
I had a light. I had a
God,
channel
John.
light on the phone, and I have my mic, and I'm
What's in the
walking
building
around
now?
A bank. So
Oh.
this cop car pulls up, and he's like,
You okay, sir?
and I was like, just filming a vlog. And he's like, about what? And I was like, a business in here. And he was like, the bank? And then I was like, oh my God, he thinks I'm like casing the bank to rob it. Like, and I was like, oh no, Sky Sport and Spa. It was a gym. And I started explaining.
Oh my God,
to
you
him.
explain. You're like, download my podcast.
Yeah,
Wait,
and-
did he like know that?
And I was like, no, Sky Sport and Spa was a gym on the roof. And he's like, okay. And then he drove off. But I was shaken because like No
Because
one was
anytime there's a
around.
cop near you, just
Yeah.
getting visibly nervous.
Well,
anyone
totally.
would, especially here.
I wanted to sense the presence of Jackie. I wanted to stand where she stood.
Yeah.
I wanted to feel the earth beneath my feet and then know how many goals were set and met.
Ooh, how many calories gained and lost over time?
It was-
Did you want to hook up with a girl like in that moment?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like a person in crisis in a way. I'm like, can I come over and talk about
You're like 9 a.m.
workout?
But like you asked me at like 3 p.m. the day before that. You're like, no, it's last minute, but you're the only dyke I know that lives on the west side. That's basically what it was. And that's fine.
I needed someone who could ground me, who I've
Fair.
known for a decade or longer, even 15 years.
15 years, I think. Yeah, 2011 is when I started with Andy. But am I considered an LA lesbian? Because I've only been here. It's been less than
Right.
2 years.
For me, because your partner is someone I know as
And she's an LA lesbian. Okay.
She's so important. She's upstairs sleeping.
She really missed John. So much so that
I'm gonna
she...
take a nap. Tell him I said hi. But I feel like I am in the home of
Greatness?
the Jackie Warners of our time.
No, I mean, if I was gay.
How old was Daryn Carp in 2006?
I was graduating. I was a freshman in college, so I was 18 years old.
First of all, Daryn Carp, tell the people
Yes.
how they know you.
Yes. Oh, you probably know me through John and Andy. You probably know me as Andy's assistant because I've been with Andy for 14 years. I've been with him since 2011. But
You're still standing. It's
I'm
crazy.
still standing. Yeah, I'm like one of the longest running women in his life. That isn't related to him by blood. Yeah, I always feel like the gayness actually like helped us. Gay men
You don't
and
want-
lesbians can judge each other appropriately. You know,
totally.
you're wearing that, without being insulting.
Do you ever tell him, like, why'd you wear that outfit?
He wears those the white Air Jordans
I
that
know you hate those, but I like those. I have
I understand,
those
but they're
too.
so hetero. I actually like them, but they're so hetero. And
They add a little height.
yeah, they do. When he's in his sweatsuit with
I think those are hot.
Loves
This
those.
isn't about him. This is about Jackie.
no,
Warner.
but close enough because the style on Jackie Warner really made me want to be straight in this episode. I gotta say,
So you're in college. You're watching, and you watched it in real time.
I watched it in real time, not every season.
I know I need to watch the L Word, which I will go back and watch.
That is the
but I know.
biggest misstep from you.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually insulting that you haven't seen it. A, because you love lesbians.
Maybe that's what's wrong. It's been what's wrong with
I feel
me.
like you missed like 8 grades in college.
Every
Like,
problem
are
I
you
have-
smart? Yes, but you're not an intellect unless you've
Right.
seen the L Word. I texted you yesterday. I was like, Jackie Warner is so Shane. Like, you need to see the L Word in order to understand this reference. So I was graduating high school into college, and at this time in 2006, I mean, obviously, gays couldn't get married.
Yeah.
We were still in the Bush years. I was.
And you have supportive parents.
I had
right?
supportive parents.
'Cause I love that she shows that Bravo knew to share this honest struggle about a disapproving parent.
Yeah.
And even in this episode 4, we'll skip to it, but like Sarah, her rich client who's flying her to Palm
Definitely
Springs.
also gay. Let's be frank about Sarah. Come on, girl. Like, you're not stooping your husband.
But they have that conversation about like being gay is not a choice. I'm like, oh right. People were having that like
Yeah.
debate at dinner.
Well, I love that the woman was like, so why are you a lesbian? Trauma? I was like, I can't even blame someone for thinking that, especially back in 2006. Like, it's almost a legitimate question. Now it would be absurd to ask that, right? Like, it's absurd. And I like that Jackie came on camera being like, hey, it's not a choice, because I will say we have sort of reverted into this backwards culture now with young
Totally.
people, thinking that it sort of is a choice, that people are
Totally.
like JoJo C was no longer a
It's
lesbian.
fluid. I'll pick whatever.
I didn't know that you couldn't be no longer a lesbian. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm glad that Jackie came on. It was such an interesting conversation to kind of see her. If the cameras weren't there, 100% they would have hooked up. And I don't care what Jackie says. She's like, I don't cheat on my partner. I'm so jealous. Snoopy, do you have to play with that? Sorry, my dog is
Snoopy
playing
is
with the like
eating.
tinfoil, basically. They would have hooked up, and Jackie being so flirtatious and so like,
Do you think that was for the cameras, or do you think they were?
I think that's Jackie.
I think it's Jackie.
I think that's how
It's part of her
women,
business
gay
model.
women, I think she gained power with that. I'm not blaming her. I do the
Right.
same thing where sometimes, especially in my younger career, I was
Yeah.
very flirtatious forward
Right.
in order to be more approachable with women. And that sounds a little crazy.
No, I get
but
it.
I think the meanest people to me in my life have been women. I'll say that. And like the least supportive people in my life have been women. So I think that sometimes with flirtation, it's like, no, I'm attracted to you, girl. I'm not looking at your guy. Like, I'm attracted to you. And then it kind of disarms the woman a little bit. And you could tell that's what was happening here.
See, like, these are the dynamics that I didn't know really existed between people. I think Jackie's business model was kind of like sex sells. Like, it back then it's like,
don't you want to be one of us?
you
Look
wanna
at my
look
body.
like me.
You want to look like me. You want to be
Yeah.
it. You want to be one of the cool kids. And I don't think she was selling false premise. Like, I didn't get the idea that she was like evil. I just got the idea it's like, yeah,
She was
that's probably
using
how
her
she got.
assets. Okay, let's talk about episode 4. So basically, yeah, the whole main A story, I would say, is Jackie going to Palm Springs with Sarah, who is a rich married woman married to
a
man.
cattle rancher.
Cattle rancher.
Right. Who doesn't know that she's wants to hook up with a woman, but she absolutely does. She does. She does.
That's why she was there. She doesn't want to do bench dips while Jackie holds her ankles.
She's like, I have no triceps. What am I to do? But Jackie with the camo pants,
The jeans are so low that everyone's
That's such a look, though.
ass crack is just always
The
out.
other woman, Angela, had to
know.
pull up her pants. And I was
Yeah.
like,
I
wow,
freeze
we've
framed it.
really come far. And
Yeah.
also full circle, because that's
Yeah.
back now.
It's back.
It's back, 20
True
years.
Religion, boot cut.
I appreciated the look, and it was very Shane from L Word. Very.
You know who I loved on the L Word? Sorry to go off topic. Mia Kirshner.
Mia Kirshner was, love
Did
her.
she become crazy?
Yeah. She becomes crazy, and she becomes,
But in real life, she became.
oh, I don't know in real life.
I think like workout, there wasn't anything. We remember these shows so vividly because we were gay kids from somewhere else
Yeah.
watching like, oh, this is LA lesbians. And it was so fascinating.
Did you
And-
watch it in real time?
No, I've never watched it. It was my first time. This isn't a rewatch, it's a watch.
Wow.
I
Okay, you
know.
really don't like lesbians, clearly.
love
You don't watch
them.
any lesbian
No.
content. Like the mid 2000s, that was like lesbians dominated the culture.
I watched Ellen.
Okay, sweetie, why am I here?
How much do you think Jackie made on that trip? Does she say?
That's what I want to know because, okay, she gets.
2,500?
How much does she charge per session, do you think?
She says in the beginning 400, but I don't believe it.
400? I think that seems low.
Hi, Snoopy.
I know, yeah, Snoopy could afford it. Snoopy could afford it.
At the beginning of episode 1, they say that Tess is flying from Texas for $2,500 for the week, 2 2-hour sessions every day. You can start to hear it when she tells Tess in this episode, you are gaining weight because it's muscle. You're losing your fat. It's about how you feel.
That was really eye-opening, though, because she was like, "Why am I gaining?" And I literally said, "Snoopy, do you have to do that?" I said, "Muscle weighs more than fat."
Hold her.
You know, I'm trying to get her. Come here, baby. Come here. I know you want to play. We're just recording right now. Come here. We're gonna record together. We're gonna talk about muscle
Snoopy
versus
is
fat.
the cutest
She's a baby.
dog. Like that, those kinds of conversations, which, I mean, I was working out at this time at Crunch.
No, I've only known you for 14 years, but you've always been so fit.
Not when I was
So
addicted
fit.
to fentanyl. I
Okay,
was
maybe not
fat.
when you were addicted to Fenty, but like even then, I was like, John Hill's body's insane. And maybe it's also because you just show your penis like on Instagram all the time. So I'm like, oh, I definitely know the shape of John Hill's penis, and that's fine. I'm glad I do. And I've seen every crevice of your body, I'm sure, just from Instagram. And like, God bless, because like you look amazing. God bless.
Listen, have you seen The Whale with Brendan Fraser?
Yeah.
So like,
if you compare yourself to that.
when I was high on fentanyl for years, like
What year are we
felt
talking?
Like that, like 2013, 14.
Those were early days. I feel like I saw you and I was like,
I was half asleep. But
maybe
like,
you kept a low profile, but I always thought you looked amazing.
when I got sober, I was 43. And so, and
Right.
I hadn't like taken my shirt off in 20 years. And so I was kind of like,
Really?
I'm going to just get my life now. I mean, the wave is cresting. I'll put this.
Sure, yeah,
to
yeah,
bed. I
yeah.
don't want to be a 50-year-old person with VPL.
I mean, I will say,
It sells tickets to my shows.
listen, why not?
They always say like the trainer, their body is their billboard.
That's
and
true.
It's an advertisement. Like, don't you want to look like this? They're selling you. They want you to buy
Yeah,
their
I mean, you
course.
don't
They
want
to-
like an obese. Like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I mean, to be fair, like I wouldn't want like an unhealthy doctor coming
Right.
to see me. You know, like
Right.
if you're gonna train me, like I want abs and I want the tone.
I
So
get
I
it.
get it. It's just
Let's talk about the other people in Sky Sports. So she snaps at Doug for wearing jeans in the gym. He's like, "What? I'm just stopping by to train one person, then I'm out." I love Doug. So
Yeah, I like Doug.
Jackie tells Erica, "You have to take the reins while I'm in Palm Springs
Yeah.
training."
I kind of like Erica. She cracked the whip.
I love Erica. I mean, so there's Erica juxtaposed with Rebecca, who becomes Jackie's girlfriend in season 2.
Yes, that's right. Who makes sense. Makes sense that she does. I forgot that she did until I saw her and I was like, how do I know her? And then I looked it up.
She watched the last episode and DM'd Jess. And so when season 2 happens, that's going to be the premiere.
Did she DM Jess like upset?
No. She was like, whatever tea
She was
you
like, give me
want.
oh, you're in the inn now.
I DM'd Jesse and he didn't write back, but that's fine.
He's probably like, this is a time in my life I would like
But he has
to.
a podcast. Like, come on.
And also, let me just say, good on Bravo for kind of being ahead of the curve with just
Absolutely.
gay culture and gay people
These
and
girls are
not really
kissing.
making it a thing.
They're like tonguing down at restaurants and they're having real, like, even though it's
Yes.
heightened and it's crazy, Jackie and Mimi, that drama, it's very L word, like,
it's so L
like
word.
soapy. They're addicted to the drama.
Which is a common theme.
Is that what happens with
Is a
lesbians?
common theme. I mean, not with everyone, not with my fiance, not
Yeah.
addicted to drama, but certainly girls I've dated. I'm like, oh, they just like that high of, and maybe there is a little like penis envy going on there, you know, like a little bit of a dominating.
How does penis envy work?
I mean, I think it's
Is it literal or is it
no. I think it's more
spiritual?
like I think it's more like physiological.
Like a marking of a territory?
Yeah, like I don't have that. I would not want a thing like that
Yeah, I
flopping
know you
around.
don't. You
I'm really sad. I'm really good where I'm
I
at.
know you don't need that. You don't want that.
No.
Jodie Watley comes back in this episode.
Yes.
She's recovered from seeing the dick pic in episode 1.
Thank God.
There's Jackie in Palm Springs training this rich, horny married woman. And then
Horny.
Erica taking the reins at Sky Sport and trying to keep everyone in line. And then
Erica's so cute.
I love Erica.
She's really pretty.
She's beautiful.
She's really like underrated in that show because she
Yeah.
actually has such a gorgeous face.
Very TV.
And I got to be honest, as someone who's worked for someone powerful, right?
yeah.
I would be the same way where I'm like, don't have your dog shit in the gym. Like no, like
The boss can bring
the boss
dog,
can do it.
Not you.
Andy can shit in the gym, but
Right.
you cannot fucking shit in the gym. Like
Totally.
I got her whole
Yeah.
thing.
And then the other kind of like C story, I guess, is Jackie says, will you take care
care
of
of
my
the
dogs
house
while I'm
and
gone?
the house.
Which is, she could have just asked someone more responsible.
Also, she could have just gone with the dogs, so the dogs were like 2.5 pounds, and like she was flying on a private plane.
in the way of her lesbian adventure.
Totally true. I get that. But like classic house party.
Okay, so when we're in Palm Springs, she's talking to Sarah. They've trained a little bit. They flirt all the way there. And then Jackie says Paul McCartney is a client.
That's what she casually dropped that. She was like, you know, all my clients like Paul McCartney and like Linda. And I was like, no. There's no one after Paul McCartney. And I was like,
Right.
you trained Paul McCartney?
It's
That was like,
See, I don't believe it.
I can't, Snoopy, I'm gonna murder you. Sorry, John.
No, I want to hold her.
Go ahead.
Oh, she's so cute.
Go ahead, have Johnny hold you. And also, was she allowed to say that? Because I feel like Paul McCartney would have been like, absolutely not, don't fucking tell people. Maybe it was just back in the day. Like, I'm coming at it from a 2025 perspective of being like, oh my God, what are the
Right.
socials going to say? Like,
Well, back
there was
then,
none of that.
There was no social. And like,
There was no feedback loop of everyone commenting on everything.
she probably did train him at one point and then just like said that. I believe it. There's a kernel of truth there, but I just can't see Paul McCartney showing up to Sky Sport and Spa and doing like burpees on the balcony.
I also,
Yeah.
let's take Equinox because that's like it's accessible enough. Jackie's gym does not look that great. Like it does not like have the like the state of the art equipment. I mean, granted, I understand it's 2006, but like
It's just it's basically the gym at like my
It could be my
parents'
apartment.
retirement center. It's
yeah,
just leg
on a cruise ship
press.
maybe. Like
Yes, hotel.
a
It's giving
hotel.
hotel.
So I was like, is this what I'm paying $400 for? Like I don't
You're
understand.
paying
Like
for the experience. You're paying to say,
attention.
oh, my trainer is this celebrity.
in Beverly Hills.
You know, Marcy Klein had an idea once that I still think to this day is the funniest idea. She wanted to do a show called Celebrity Trainer, but it's the celebrity comes to you and trains you. Like each week it's a new like Sandra
Paul
Bullock-
McCartney is going to come train me.
Yeah, tell you his workout. Anyway, I thought it was a good idea.
I would love that.
Sarah and Jackie work out in Palm Springs, and then they have this long ass dinner. They talk about, why did you become a lesbian? Being
Right.
a lesbian is not a choice, whatever, that stuff. And
That was good.
then
That was good
it
conversation.
great.
That was good.
And I wonder if Sarah brought that up or suggested that being gay is a choice because
She's considering
choosing
Yeah.
to be a lesbian tonight.
She thinks Jackie looks
just
good.
chose.
Yeah, she literally just chose.
And then I turn on Sarah because she starts to say, well, what would Mimi do if you kissed another, or what would you do if you saw Mimi kissing another girl? And she's like, I'd kill her and I'd kill the other woman.
Yeah.
I love that Jackie said that. And then Sarah's like, well, yeah, well, would you find it hot if Mimi had sex with another girl and you watched? And I'm like,
Right. And I'm like, she's your trainer, by the way.
It's one thing to flirt, and
It was blatant. And if I was Mimi watching that episode, I would have been pissed.
Well,
and it's not that Jackie didn't answer correctly, but Jackie was also leaning into it too. Like she could have been like, hey, that's inappropriate. And I understand you're not going to say your client no. Like she is in the service industry in a way.
I'm giving into the fantasy of this show and I'm believing it all, but also in the back of my mind is I was a reality TV producer for so long that I know the log line of episode 4 was Jackie goes to Palm Springs with a flirtatious client.
Sure.
Mimi gets jealous. Can Erica hold the fort down? Will Jesse survive the night and throw a party? Those are the bullet points.
Right. And we all knew he wasn't going to sit quietly at home with the dogs. Like he wasn't.
They don't script these things out, but they do give up. You're a story producer saying, what do we think could happen this
You're
episode?
put in a position under which storyline's going to happen.
You guide people to, and those are very fair things to track. But like, definitely, I think Jackie knowing that is like, oh, well, I'm on this trip with this flirtatious client. I thought they were going to kiss.
I thought at the end of the night,
Walk me
Jackie's
to my
putting her arm.
room.
Yeah, Jackie's putting her arm around her,
I
and she's
thought they
like,
were gonna make
"Oh,
out.
I'll walk you to your corridor."
They get like really, really graphic, or not graphic, but
But
really
also, like-
suggestive. And then she's like, oh yeah, you'd be crying in the end. She's like, I wouldn't be crying. She's like, no, you'd be clenching. I'm like,
Like, oh my god!
and then
I never even said that to my fiance.
Amazon said clutching, but I heard clenching.
I don't think it would have been clutching.
And then I'm like, but what does either of those
What
mean?
does either of that mean? Also, like,
I'm surprised she did that as a mom and a wife to put on national TV that like
I know,
you're
but back
down.
then,
Yeah.
you could be on TV and almost be anonymous back
didn't-
then.
Right.
You can't walk out on the street and be anonymous anymore.
Right, no, you can't.
We have too much feedback going on. And that's like honestly what I learned, because I think that Jackie could exist in that world, especially as a gay woman. Bravo could exist in that without a million comments
Right.
of all these hateful things. Like she
Right.
could kind of dominate because she didn't have to hear from the peanut gallery every 2 seconds.
There is an innocence about the show and the time period.
miss that time.
There were no iPhones. They're
Right.
looking at flip phones, and
We could actually like enjoy the moment
they're living their lives. And they're
for themselves.
It is fun. It's almost like watching a kid and they don't know you're watching them and they're
Yeah.
doing something stupid and you're laughing at it. It's like they don't realize, now they would censor all. They would
censor themselves.
self-censor.
Oh, 100. And Jackie would never have flirted
Right.
in that way so
No.
blatantly.
When Jackie's working out with Sarah in Palm Springs, she's like, "Oh my God, you can totally see down my pants right now."
I know. I saw that. I was like, wait. And they turned the camera angle to like face her directly. And I was like, was that an edit? Like they actually saw her from behind. And then,
But can you imagine? Be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you can totally see my dick right now."
but 20 years ago, you
know.
could kind of say that. I mean,
Is there anything you've ever done that would be like?
icky?
Yeah.
I'm sure there are things that I've said
I
that
think
would have been
that
icky.
Back in the Fenty days, I'm sure that when people came to watch What Happens Live, I'd be like, "Nice tits,"
I'm sh-
I'm sure.
I mean, there are definitely moments where I'm like, there's nothing specific. Women have it a little bit less, I think,
Yeah.
because we're considered less predatory. Like it's just
Right.
less threatening.
and you're conditioned your whole life to be
Be small
well-mannered.
and be small. Like we really have like, how can I fit in this space? And like as an adult now, I really see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have tried so hard not to take up space. You know,
Katy Perry taught you to take us. Space.
and then Katy Perry taught me a lot of things. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are things that I'd said that if I was a dude, that wouldn't fly. But at the same time,
Yeah.
I can't tell you, even in my early days, I remember I'm not going to tell you I'll tell you afterwards. I'm not going to tell you the famous guy, but I was doing, and it's not Andy, but I was working on a game show. I was like helping the host, and we were talking off set or something, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gay, talking to my girlfriend. He's like, what a waste for men.
Right. People have told me that all my life.
You're
What a waste.
oh, okay. Like, I thank you for like devaluing me based on absolutely fucking nothing.
So Jackie and Sarah don't hook up,
It's not that we know of.
but I was shocked that they didn't. And then we cut to Jesse at Jackie's house. The dogs are so cute.
I know they remind me of Petey.
Me and Jackie have the
remind me
same
of
type of. People always say, you have a type, a dog. You have a type of person you want to date and a type of dog that you want to have. And
Really?
I have a type. And it's that type. I like a small, short-haired little
Okay, but
baby.
Snoopy's
I
fitting that category, right?
I love all dogs.
And like even with Jackie, who's 6'5",
Yeah.
her just like picking up her dogs, I was like, they're just so tiny and just so cute.
Yeah.
Although I would in LA, thinking about it now, like they're gonna get eaten by coyotes. Like I'd never let my
know.
dog out. I'd never let my dog out in a yard ever, ever, ever in LA.
You're pretty safe here by the water.
And I live in an apartment on a terrace.
Coyotes can't swim. I see them roaming in my neighborhood sometimes.
Owls?
Do you know when I lived with Kate French from Hellward, we lived on Stanley, and we would walk our dogs, and a little baby cute little coyote would come down, and we would always be like, "Oh my God, there's the cute little coyote!" And we found out later that that's how the coyote system works. They send the cute little one down into the neighborhoods to
scope?
lure little baby cuties back up to the
Wait,
den.
they are that smart to do that?
Yes. It's like a known thing. Like they send the cute little adorable petable coyote down, and they just kind of stand there unassuming so that your dog will go, "Oh, a friend," and they go and eat them.
Snoopy, we are never moving to West Hollywood.
Don't ever go.
You're gonna eat me, yeah. See, look how tiny Snoopy looks in your arms.
Okay, really quick side note. Do you know the story of Lena Dunham and her dog Lammy? She adopted a dog, and they have Snoopy's way cuter.
Oh, yeah, you better say that compared to Lena Dunham. No, you better be
Trust me.
comparing. Oh my God.
But then she gave Lammy back because it's like she couldn't train it, or it was just
Oh yeah, and then she got shit on and
She got shit
reamed
on.
apart because she was like, "My dog's a res." That's the thing.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be loud about what you're doing to be a good person, and then you reverse that,
Do you let her sleep with you?
What do you say? Yeah, we do.
Do you let her lick your mouth?
Sometimes.
I do.
I'm sorry, but like
People say that's a white people thing too. Like people
they
always
probably
it's
do.
a white person thing to let your dog sleep in bed
They
with you.
say that
and lick
dogs'
your
mouths
mouth.
are cleaner than any other like type of thing. Also, we bathe her regularly. We always wash her paws. I wipe her butthole.
Yeah.
Like she's
No.
taken care of.
Even if Pete doesn't get clean, I let him French.
She gets
tongue me.
really jealous if Nadine and I are kissing.
Oh, I bet.
She gets in and she wants to kiss. She's a little Jackie in that way.
Well, this show has turned me into a lesbian.
Thank God, because we were like waiting for you to come around because like you are a big.
Well, I always.
The lesbians love you. You're a lesbian magnet.
Indigo Girls were my first band.
Uh-oh, speaking of lesbians. Oh my God, my lesbian's
God.
coming down.
Power.
Speaking of like I'm saying this right now, I think Nadine nod yes. Did you have Jackie as a trainer?
She trained me, yes.
Yes. Okay, so my fiance got trained by Jackie. You got to get on the mic now to just like
Can you
say it.
whisper that
'cause we're-
into the mic? Hey, welcome back.
We've been waiting to recruit you to lesbianism for a while.
Yes.
You are a lesbian magnet. You always have lesbian friends. That's why I was personally offended that you hadn't seen L Word, because I was like, John, this seems like something you would have watched in real time, because I feel like you've
know.
always.
I know.
Like,
I
full
like
dis-
to watch things later. Look, case in point, this show, and like, I think it's perfect timing because when I would have watched it back then, I wouldn't have appreciated it like I
You
do
probably
now.
would have been like,
I didn't watch. How about this? I didn't watch Queer as
Queer.
Folk.
Oh, you didn't watch Queer as Folk?
No, I didn't watch any of this shit. I was busy. I was busy.
Oh, you were
being a
busy.
mess.
Oh, you were busy being a mess. The Fenty and all that stuff.
Yeah, I
Okay,
was
fair,
busy
fair, fair,
being
fair.
bloated
I
and
will say,
high.
for all John Hill fans out there, John Hill was there when I went through a really hard time with one of my exes. Very, 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 very difficult time. Something
was just
terrible
thinking
happened
about
to me. And John Hill and Andy, but John specifically, because John went through something similar. You just like, I went into Andy's office and you just hugged me, and it was like the best hug I've ever received. And I can still recall it. So, lesbians, you're in our group.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
Thank
hard
you.
for gay men to like break that barrier.
Yeah.
But like, you're one of us, girl.
Okay, speed round.
Yeah.
Lesbian quiz. In drywall construction, what does mudding refer to?
Oh my God. We're going right into it.
Yeah.
Mudding in
I can
drywall
give you-
construction means,
You want multiple choice?
yeah.
Painting over drywall, smoothing tape seams with joint compound, laying down moisture barriers, or removing old sheetrock. Mudding, what does it refer to?
I'm going to choose C, laying down moisture barriers.
Wrong, you're straight. Correct answer is smoothing tape seams with joint compound. Okay.
I should have known.
These will be easier. Lesbian meme culture often jokes that early signs she's gay include an intense childhood obsession with which animated movie?
Which animated movie?
Mulan, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, or Finding Nemo?
Oh my God.
I didn't know this.
I have absolutely no idea.
You can-
Finding Nemo?
Mulan.
I see. I'd never seen Mulan.
I mean, Ellen was in Finding Nemo, so.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Okay.
oh, maybe
Wow,
Ellen.
you're losing.
Wow.
That's like the whole Ratatouille thing. Have you heard about that?
No.
Like gay guys putting on Ratatouille to hook up. It happened
That's
to me once.
what gay men put on their
No,
TV to hook
they
up?
don't. It happened to me once.
You guys are ready to go at any given time. Do you need a fucking animated rat to like encourage the peenie move? Like, I don't understand. Like, you guys are ready to go.
I honestly do not understand it. I just know that it happened to me in the wild once.
Someone
He put it
on
on.
Ratatouille?
Yes.
And did you say,
At the Sunset
sir?
Tower Hotel.
And did you say, sir, why are we putting on Ratatouille?
I laughed at him, and he didn't really register.
He didn't think that was like weird.
No.
Did Ratatouille like get you in the mood?
No, but the guy.
I just have to know.
He was in a.
Cue up Ratatouille, Nate.
He was. He was kind of a loser.
Oh, well.
And he kind of like passed out during
Oh, that's nice.
sex.
So Ratatouille wasn't doing it for him.
So he passed out, and I was like, how do I get the fuck out of here? And I just watched the rest of Ratatouille, and I was like, wait, this is really good. I was like, touched.
You're like, I'm not going to leave. Like, we rented it. I'm going to, okay.
I'll cut this out, but it's the guy who designed.
Wow.
Which looked stupid.
Why aren't you writing a book?
Maybe I will. What
my
specific
God.
piece of outdoor equipment do many lesbians jokingly consider a love language to own or share? Paddleboard, hatchet, camp stove, or hammock?
Hammock?
Yes,
Okay,
correct.
thank
Okay,
God.
you're back
Oh
on the
my
boards.
God.
What brand of rugged sandals is considered lesbian footwear even if you don't camp? Birkenstock, Crocs, Teva, or Chaco?
Birkenstock, obviously. But I mean, Teva, too, is
Those.
up there. Yeah,
Yeah.
Teva's up there. Because Birkenstock is like cute and cool now.
Name one Subaru model besides the Outback commonly bought by lesbians.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
I've never owned a Subaru.
Forester, Crosstrek.
Oh, okay. The fact that you know it and haven't seen Elmer, like, it's insulting to you. Like, you're gayer than me.
What tool is used to check if a wall is vertically straight?
Excuse me, what?
What do you use
To
to
check-
check if a wall is vertically straight?
Oh, you use
yeah.
what the hell is it? I have one. A level.
A level,
A level.
correct.
Thank you. Sorry, I couldn't think of that. I was like, I
Correct.
know I have it. It has a little liquid in it.
Okay, one more.
I'm glad that lesbianism has to do with hanging shit, by the
I
way,
know.
and fucking Mulan. Great.
Which pop star is famously said, I'm not a lesbian, but my girlfriend is? Lady Gaga, Pink, or Miley Cyrus?
Pink or
Yes.
pink.
Okay. What year did Ellen come out, both on her sitcom and in real life?
Oh, she came out on her sitcom in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
96.
Close, 97.
97.
Okay.
And then she didn't work for 3 years. Famously.
Yeah.
Didn't work for 3 years.
I know.
She got canceled twice. I'm sorry. I'm not a Ellen hating lesbian. I'm not.
I think it
give
just-
it up to her. I think if she
Yeah.
was a dude, no one would have said anything. That's my
Right.
personal opinion. I
Yeah.
really don't think. I think she got canceled twice for, I mean, like, anyone can be a bitch at any given
I don't
day.
even think she's a bitch. It's like
She's a tough worker. I don't know.
anybody
I
who's
don't.
done a daily hour-long talk show.
With 1 million people, and you're just ad revenue, and you're just a product,
It's a
and it's just like
grind.
it's a grind, and like she should never have done the be kind thing because then everyone always expects you to
sets
be
you
be
up.
kind. Like, it sets you up. Like, no one can be kind all the time, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
I give it up to her. Like, she
She's so
lost her
talented.
job for the culture.
Well, this is your moment, Daryn Carp. Final thoughts on episode 4 of
From
Workout.
Cheeseburger.
Jackie Warner.
It made me want to continue the season.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what happened with Mimi and Jackie, even though I know that they break up.
Yeah.
It made me want to watch with my fiance.
Yes.
Because I was like, what were you doing at that time that
She was hanging out with me.
She was hanging out with John. She was out. She was in LA gay, and I was a baby, and like figuring out, it made me want to watch with her just like the outfits alone. And now that I'm in LA, I feel connected.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm part of it now. So yeah, I kind of want to do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for working me out
I
today,
feel
John.
healed.
Me too.
Okay, love you.
I love you.
Hi, Nadine. Thank you for joining us for this very special emotional episode of Show Pony, a relentless look at the shows that shape us. I'm your host, John Hill. Show Pony is created and produced by me and funded by you, members of the Patreon, and also by Recess Sparkling Water, infused with nootropics and hemp. Get engaged, like, subscribe, comment, do all the shit, get your head in the game, and join us. There's only 2 more episodes left in season 1 of Workout, so we're ramping up to the big finale. Stay with us. I'll see you next time.